Okay, the sketchy part of the gold on the main mini is the trim around the cloak. So he's got, you see those little lines, those little like triangle things? Those are supposed to be gold. My issue with tutorials is that they use 30 different paints from 4 different brands. Yup. That is one of the big problems, Lizardbot man. I don't want to buy more paints. I've already bought plenty. Look, I don't want to talk about it. So, yeah, you kind of have to choose. There are some good comparison tools out there, though, where you can kind of like look at what other people use and make a decision based on that. But yeah, that is a little annoying with a lot of the tutorials. You can't simply replace Goblin Snot with Orcish Earwax. I do like the name of the paints. Yeah, some of the paints are very weird. Like, some of them are also just meaningless. Like Volupus Pink, you can kind of guess. That is pink, right? Volupus Pink. You can sort of guess. What about Fire Slayer Flesh? Or Night Haunt Gloom? What does that mean? Many of the names do have the color in them, but not all of them. It's a bit confusing. They sound like RPG skills? Yeah, that's basically what they're going for. They're going for like the lore accurate colors. It's kind of nice though. Like if you understand the lore, it's kind of fun. There's like a planet, for example, called Magos. And Magos' surface is supposed to be purple. I think that's what the lore is anyways. And then you have this color, which is Magos purple. So this is like a dark, you know, moody type of... It is kind of fun, but it does sound, yeah, it is a little confusing. All right. Time to try and get the trim done. Very careful. I'm very happy with how the green looks. Definitely gonna take multiple coats. No sneezing. Sneezing is not allowed. I'm gonna use the side of the brush. Do fans of mini painting avoid drinking caffeine? I don't. As a matter of fact, sometimes I get headaches and then I drink caffeine and the headache goes away. It's a magic potion. Either that or I'm addicted. I got a little bit over here on the edge. We'll fix that later. You splattered some red on your ultramarines? Oof. It's just blood, dude. The blood of your enemies. Yeah, splattering the wrong color onto things does kind of suck. That's called a withdrawal symptom, Lowko? No. I'm pretty sure that's called a health potion. Actually had not properly painted his outline yet in green. So it's okay to splatter it a little bit, although I'm trying to avoid it just because it would save me a bit of work. Okay. A first coat on that outside trim. Not awful. We'll work with not awful. We can, yeah. We can work with not awful. We'll have to do another coat in a moment, but that will do. I know some people have jobs like that with they need to utilize fine motor skills. Oh yeah, no, there's definitely jobs where you can use this sort of thing. I'm assuming like your average surgeon, for example, would be pretty good at mini painting. I mean, it'd be kind of sketchy if your surgeon sucks at mini painting, you know, like if they're super shaky and can't precisely work. I mean, it is a skill, obviously, that is a little different, but... Yeah, if you have a surgeon that's painting outside of the lines a lot, that could be a bit worrisome. This area is sketchy. Okay. It's the beginning. Look at what pretty nails you have. Thank you, dude. I am a body painter now, Rumpus. I'm an artist. You may call me artist. Here, I'll add one more just for you. There it is. The artist formerly known as Lowko Television. You called me pretty lady. Wait a second. Are you suggesting only pretty ladies are allowed to have... Hold up right now, Rumpus. Stereotyping? Hello? If this was Twitter, you'd be canceled right now, bro. Come at me. No, I'm okay, dude. If this was Twitter, I wouldn't be there. Hey, that's a good point. I like Twitter some of the time. Very rarely, but... Yeah, I did. Hey, by the way, did EWC announce a new game today? They were supposed to, weren't they? Wasn't that supposed to be announced, like, right about right now? What did they announce? Let me see. Or did the timer just count down and they announced nothing? Oh, yeah. Okay, they will announce something in -1 day and 2 hours. Excellent. Just -1 day, guys. Woo! We're nearly there. Something's telling me that these timers are not entirely accurate and just kind of there. Okay. Would I ever do a StarCraft cast in Dutch? No. Not planning on it. I don't think that would be very good for anybody involved. Get your time machines ready? Yeah, we're traveling to -1 day for the announcement. Big day. You think a cast in Dutch would be funny? I don't think I could do it. Well, I probably could do it, but I really don't, I don't know. Hallo iedereen, welkom terug bij een andere StarCraft cast. I feel like I immediately sound like I work in the circus. I don't want to work in the circus, chat. Okay. I feel like this is not a terrible start to the trim. Any other areas here on the miniature that need to be gold? Is working in the circus and streaming really that much different? That's a good point, dude. I am already a circus animal. Dance, monkey, dance! I have an airbrush. I used it for the primer on this mini, but I'm not really using it for anything else, I don't think. Okay, I think that's everything on the main body. There's a bunch of things as well, though. On the base. I have a, it's right here actually. I have a, this one is pretty awesome. I have a Evolution CR Plus. I have it set up in such a way that I can actually stream it. I just haven't really gotten like a really good opportunity to like, well, we've used it a few times on stream, but for a mini like this, it doesn't really make much sense to me. I think that one was like €150, something like that. I got a good deal on it though. I like this one a lot. They have like one that's like €100 too. From what I understand, I've never really used like the absolute cheapest airbrushes before, but the absolute cheapest airbrushes are known to clog a lot and to be kind of like a pain to disassemble. So like this thing, for example, I can take entirely apart. Like the whole thing comes apart. So you can take out the entire needle and basically clean every part individually. It is not super complex, but it is much better than the ones that require like specialized tools or whatever. Because I know for some of them you need to like keep like a little screwdriver at hand to be able to and you're definitely gonna lose the little screwdriver. The harder and steampunk ones are pretty sweet because they are like you just do everything with hand, like just by hand, which seems to be worth it. The thing about an airbrush though is that you also need a compressor. And a compressor is another one of those things that requires a little bit of effort to research. Because it can't just magically make air. I know. The old school foot pump? I mean, you do need something pretty consistent. But if you can really pump at a good rhythm, Galvarino. Pump at a rhythm of 2 bars. I think you probably are, no, you're probably not going to get much benefit at it at that point, no. I guess I can just kind of smear it over here. Because the rest of the sword hilt is not actually painted yet. So I can just get it around the sides this way. Okay. And then it's also the top section over here that also needs to be in gold. Man, so much gold. Just a lot of details, a lot of trim. Look, if you were bad at macroing, that would make you Lowko. That's true. I've always been reasonably quick, though. The gold is making it pop. Yeah, the gold is really nice. This gold is also super shiny. We are going to take the edge off. So I'm going to use a wash all over this to like shade everything. And then we'll relayer some of the gold again. So we're going to do a second coat of the gold, which I think will be enough. Then we'll do a wash on all the gold. And then we should be able to get like to a pretty nice shadowed color as well. What's up, Adam? I am painting Lionel Johnson still. This mini is going to be a work in progress for some time. We're maybe halfway, maybe not. What's going on, Roger? Thanks, man. You keep getting ads? Oh, no. You did open a forgotten box full of awesome? Wait, you got a box full of miniatures? I guess some people just sell everything in one big box and just call it a day. That sounds like a golden find. Mm. Yeah, old stuff from the past. Right. Can imagine sometimes you may find a gem. Okay. Gotta trust the process. And basically the entire head of whatever this thing is called is going to be in gold too, like whatever the staff is called. Oh, apparently Laurent's not gonna be here for dinner, chat. You know what that means? No, I think it's gonna be pizza. I think we're doing pizza night. Yeah, I know we're doing pizza. I would like ribs, but I'm also trying to be a little mindful of how much food I eat. Trying to cut down a little bit. Pizza is gonna be the snack or the cheat meal for the week. Nah, not that I've played or I've eaten that tidily this week, but dude, I've been really liking my new rice cooker. You know you're old and boring when you get excited about a new rice cooker. Every day I'm like, oh, bro, today I'm gonna make porridge. Hype, get your oats out. That's been me this week. An old and boring man. You got your first rice cooker as a gift when you were 19. That's when your life changed, didn't it, Perdulio? That's when you became a man. You've never been so excited before? Yeah. I didn't get a rice cooker until I was about 28. I feel like I was reborn. Like, what's your most prized / favorite miniature that I've painted? Oh, I don't really think of them as value. I don't really, I don't plan on ever selling any of them. I just paint for fun, you know? So I'm not really thinking so much of, like, what's the most priced one. Because as far as, like, an hourly rate goes, mini painting is, not that great an idea. I could probably do something that would earn me more money, you know? But this is very much so a hobby. I was a late bloomer. Yeah, I was a late bloomer when it came to the rice cooker. I'm not proud of it, but sometimes these things happen, you know? Ooh, a favorite color? That's actually a good question. If I had to pick one color. There's a couple of colors that I really like. I think this color is excellent, dude. How boring is it? Very boring. Wasteland clay. This is like a brownish yellow. I like using wasteland gray. Yeah. You're a Talisar blue guy? Okay. I have Talisar blue right over here. I don't really use it much. What about Pterodon turquoise? Ooh, dude. Terran turquoise, an absolute banger. Yeah. I'm also a volupus pink kind of guy. Cobalt blue? Mm. Okay. A little base coat on the staff. And then we can continue with round 2 on auto gold. It's a little finicky painting auto gold, but... You paint Grey Knight? Talassar is kind of your bread and butter? Right. Do you use, like, contrast paints, like, also for the plate armor and stuff? I found that it's, like, kind of difficult to use on wide open spaces. It's doable, but it's kind of difficult. Okay. Okay. Anything else that needs to be base coated gold? Base coated gold? Probably not. Let's smear a second coat on some of this. So this is the shield that I put 1 coat on so far. The shield is pretty quick, because there's no other details on it yet. Okay. What's my favorite mini that I painted? Probably the Harbinger of Decay. I think the Harbinger of Decay is probably my favorite one that I've finished so far. It is a really... I tried my best on that one, you know? Like, I didn't really make any... There wasn't really a moment where I feel like I painted really terribly. You have a good one, Louis. Take care. It's like a Death Knight on a horse type of thing. My eye is itchy, dude. Not ideal. I think I'm actually going to do some of the gold in a slightly brighter tone. Like he's holding like a snake in his mouth or something. You see the eagle on the shield? It's holding a snake in its mouth, I think. I want that to like stand out a little bit more. So we'll do that in a slightly brighter color, and the same for like his headdress type of thing. Laurel? Laurel, I think. His rogue eyelash, sure. We'll have to wait until this is dry. Ja, we go on by it, Sturk. You have no McDonald's on Iceland, but you do have KFC? That's curious. Yeah, they have no McDonald's in Iceland as far as I know, which is kind of wild. Not a very easy place, I guess, to get any product to, but... I'm gonna try and just do the base coat on the gold today. I think that's basically all we can aim for. Because this is more time intensive than I thought it was gonna be. I just want to be precise. Not so much on the shield. On the shield I just kind of jammed it on there. But, yeah. A dating app in Iceland actually has a check whether or not you're relatives? Really? Whoa. I mean, there's only like 200,000 people, right? Something like that. I guess everybody is sort of related in some direction, yeah. Hey, thank you very much, Christian. Or Christianon. Sorry if I butchered your name. It's 4:23 a.m. Have a good one, dude. Take care. Thank you for watching. So the inside of the shield I'm gonna make silver. It's a bit of a different vibe. 7:30 a.m. for you. 7:30 in the morning. 4:20 in the morning. People are from all over the globe, huh? It is 7:20 p.m. over here. You're exactly 12 hours ahead. That can only be New Zealand. Yep. Yeah, it could only ever be New Zealand. There it is. There's generally more American viewers on Twitch, it seems, and a lot more people from Asia on, or at least like the eastern part of the globe, you know? Which is a bit weird, but anyways. In the YouTube streams. Slightly different demographic, it seems, which is interesting. A lot of Canadians, yeah, there's always a lot of Canadians. You're from New Zealand and you're not a sheep? Huh. Well, I wasn't wondering about that, but, you know, thank you for clarifying. It's a bit suspicious, though, because I feel like that's something a sheep would say, but... By the way, I am not Batman. Guys, I am not... Like, I get this all the time, but I am not Batman, you know? Just putting it out there. What is going on, Dix? I almost pronounced your name in full. Oh, yeah, that is some creative spelling, Mr. Dix. You'll get me one day? I don't know about that, Dix. I highly doubt it. The mini was primed in gray. Black and gray. I did like a Zenithal type of prime. So black and then like a light gray for some of the details from the top down. So I'm applying the gold right now for the very first time. I have, like that started today. I've not used the gold before today. Trying to get a strong color of the gold. Without like gooping up any details, obviously. The thing is, his armor in the box art is almost black, but I don't want it to be fully black. I wanted it to be very dark green. Because otherwise it's just going to be, you know, it's just going to be black armor, which is kind of boring. So, we've got a very, very dark color. In some areas it's actually pure black. But then we have some very dark green highlighting on it. And I think it kind of works. Like, on the base armor, does it look like it's dark green? I mean, the middle of the shin is black. I think it works. What's the plan for the armor, Lowko? Oh, that part is done, dude. The green black is it is a bit of an illusion. It's not actually dark green. It looks dark green, but most of it is black with like green highlights around the outside. There is some blending going on though. Some transitions, I guess, but... All good, all good. It'll make more sense when it comes together, I think. We can always make changes later if I want to make it brighter. Yeah, so it's the same over here. The backpack also has some green highlights. The idea being that like it would automatically, like the lighting would hit from the top. And we get some, yeah. Trying to get a little bit of paint as well on the inside. Thank you, Martin. I've been using the same brushes for nearly a year. I've been using this one very frequently. It's still fine. Yeah, you don't want to dip your brushes into the paint too much. Or too far. It happens sometimes by accident, though. Hard to avoid when you're painting for a while. You should ideally only get your paint maybe like 3/4 of the way into the brush. I got them a little too far in some areas, but it's okay, we can wash it out. Also, I'm using metallic paints here. This is a bit of an older brush, so I'm purposefully using this one, because this one is I mean, it's still okay, but it's not perfect anymore, if that makes sense. So we gotta be using this one. It can still hold a tip, but it's not as sharp as it once used to be. And the problem is that these gold metallic flakes are very shiny and they look very pretty, but they also are not great for brushes. So I don't want to use my best brushes for the gold painting. We use the slightly older brushes for it. It looks very shiny though, dude. Is this like a whole kit? So this is one miniature in a box. But all of these parts that are scattered over my desk are one mini. So I need to glue them together. I'm just painting them separately because otherwise they're very hard to paint. Because this is kind of it's a very complex mini. If you built the whole thing in one go, it would be very tricky to paint a lot of the details. So it's like a sub-assembly. So the shield is gonna be glued onto his hand. Obviously I need to paint in the background of this thing still. And then Lion himself is gonna be slotted into the base. So all of this will be super glued together at some point. Just slap some Dark Angels green on it. You could do that. It would be a valid way. I'm gonna try and do a good job on the power sword as well, which is gonna be quite a project. Maybe it's not that difficult, but I haven't painted any power swords. I've been painting for a year. Mostly a lot of Age of Sigmar, I guess, by accident. I haven't gotten around to painting a lot of power swords. Yeah. There's a lot of different ways to do it, though. I'm open to suggestions, actually. If you guys have a suggestion as to how I should paint the power sword, if you have like a really cool example of a power sword, or maybe one you've done, feel free to let me know. Oh, I actually got some on his finger. That's silly. Just painted good, Lowko? Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Darky. Just painted good. I'll keep that in mind. You just recently finished your Screamer Killer? Yo, nice. I painted a Screamer Killer last year. I think I could do a better job with it now. If I were to paint it again, I would do it differently. The Screamer Killer. A glow-in-the-dark sword? Mm. You used to have a very fine set of paintbrushes, but you threw them out because you found out they were squirrel fur? Why would you throw them out? Yeah, we played like 4 hours or so of, maybe not 4 hours, I don't know. I played quite a long time. Age of Darkness earlier today. If you look back at the beginning of the stream, it's right there. You threw out the squirrel fur brushes because it's cruel to the squirrel? Alright. Was a waste. Now the squirrel died for nothing. Animal hair is still S tier for mini painting. Synthetic brushes are getting really close. But most of the top end brushes are still Animal hair. Okay, that should do. And then we'll get back to Mr. Lionel himself. Animal hair is also biodegradable, yeah. I mean, that's always going to be a debate, right? If you don't want to use animal hair brushes, I completely get it. If you do, I also completely get it. That is very much so a personal choice. I do think it is a bit silly though, if you accidentally buy animal hair brushes and you already have them to then throw them out because they're animal hair brushes, that also seems silly. That just seems a bit wasteful. But, yeah. Most mini painting brushes are, fucked up. No, we have his head. His head is over here. These are Kolinsky sable, which is like a ferret-looking animal. You feel like Lionel deserves a heli or a heli kitten head? Dude, people make some crazy armies. I've seen some wild kit bashes with like a legion of space marines in bright pink armor, and they all have like, what was it, like Teletubby faces or something along those lines glued on top of them? People do crazy stuff. There's a new Hello Kitty Island adventure on Steam. Sick. That one wasn't on my list of games I was gonna play in February, but I guess I know what I'm doing tomorrow. Hello Kitty Island adventure, baby. Look, I tagged you on Discord with a power sword suggestion. Okay, I will have a look. I'll have a look after the stream, okay? But thank you for tagging me. Yeah, we can do whatever. I was thinking like a nice gradient, kind of like on the box art. From like a white to like a blue. Maybe we can use the airbrush as well for some of it. There's a lot of different ways to paint in power swords. White to blue is a classic? Yeah. For somebody's first power sword, I feel like it would make sense. Baby's first power sword. You never forget your first power sword. Nice nail polish, Lowko. Thanks, man. What sort of paint normally is like what if you buy a bottle of nail polish, what sort of paint is it usually? Is it acrylics? A magma sword? Like a red sword? Ah, that would look kind of cool. I think I'm gonna go for a more classic one for this, but that is a cool idea. Yeah, maybe something that contrasts better would be nice. I'll think about it for a little bit. A black to gold? Yeah, I think I may just go for a very classic power sword. This is not a power sword? Wait, is this not a power sword? What is it? Oh. Oh, it is a power sword? Oh, okay. I got confused there for a second. I do want to paint it in a lore accurate way. Oh, you mean like a black to gold would not be a power sword. I see. Okay, I misunderstood. I don't know the rules of lightsabers for Space Marines, okay? I've been corrected many times in the Warhammer world. I mean, ultimately, he's just, you know, he's a Primarch. He could do whatever. We're painting him in a pretty lore-accurate way, right? So, I should probably stick to that. I have never once called him a Space Marine. What do you... okay, yeah, maybe I have. Is it fair to call him an Astartes? Or is that also inaccurate? I guess that's also inaccurate, right? Okay. The rule of cool? Yeah, the rule of cool exactly trumps everything. I agree. If I want to do a magma power sword, I don't think that would be entirely out of place. The rule of cool does ultimately beat all the things. The reason I'm asking NMR is because I noticed Duncan Rhodes on his website has a painting tutorial that I really like for this particular mini. And he put Lionel Johnson in the Astartes category. And he's like the Bob Ross of mini painting tutorials. I would never doubt him. But you're saying that's technically inaccurate? Maybe it's what people look for, though. Idiots like me. So he just labeled it under that category. Because, you know, gotta cater to noobs like myself. I would like to think Duncan was greatly upset when he put it in that category. I think for content creation, you should always try to make the content you want to make. I think a lot of people get into it kind of for the wrong reasons. A lot of people want to get into making content because they want to make all the big bucks. In my mind, you probably have to like be willing to work on something for a long time with the very real potential of never making any money, just because you really want to make content. Like, I think that's probably the best way to do it. At least that's the best mindset in my mind. There's really no guarantee. I need to do a little bit of a fix up here. I got a tiny little bit of gold over here onto the shoulder pad itself. Luckily it's black though. I feel like I can... cover this up pretty easy. Black is always very nice coverage. Same over here. I actually had not properly painted this whole section, which I only just now realized when I started painting the gold. This entire shield looking thing, whatever it is, also needs to be painted. With the same green highlighting that I already had earlier on the rest of the plate armor. Yeah, I think streaming is an absolute blast. I love streaming. But also, I don't know, so a lot of people ask for like streaming advice and whatever, and there are some like low-hanging fruits. There are certainly some things you can do, but also like most people that stream and do it for a living have been doing it for such a long time that like the whole landscape has changed a lot, you know? Like when I first started streaming, there weren't as many people streaming. That fact alone is huge.